What's your beef, Scott?
Nose rings.
Oh.
Come on. Nose ring. Not the little one in the side that annoys me
the bull-
slightly.
Not the stud?
No,
like the
the
bull
thing
ring.
with the bull ring. I'm like, I can't stop looking at it. It's a good-looking girl,
Oh, and all you want to look at
and
her nose.
all I want to do is look at that stupid ring and pull it and come over here.
Maybe that's the idea.
Could be.
Nobody
Like,
wants
come
to
down
know.
here.
This is like from
Cattle.
bulls. You could lead a bull around by its nose by that little ring.
Cattle,
Yeah.
So why would anybody? It's not attractive. Does anybody find that attractive here?
It depends
I'm
on what
gonna
I'm
say
doing
no.
to it.
I'm in the no camp. I don't
So
know.
if I'm
No,
getting,
no.
I mean, if I'm getting
The booth attractive.
if I'm getting
the nose
fellatio
ring,
at a high ratio,
yeah.
then I feel like, I mean, I'm
You don't
not
give
going to
a
really
crap.
care.
You don't care about it then. That's a whole nother.
Unless
you're
it gets
talking about
caught on
something.
your pubes. And
That
that's
could be an issue.
That's a real concern.
Unless you're like
the
me.
pubic.
You keep it nice and...
So the nose ring, women. Okay, I don't know what African
Where that
tribe
came
you
from.
were looking at when you saw this.
Or like the
okay,
lip.
but no.
Who invented
Stop
the
it.
nose
I
ring?
can't.
No nose
I
rings,
can't
according to Scott
stop
Lee.
Looking at it.
I don't really like that little piercing either, but now I'm sitting here thinking about the chick that would have that kind of nose ring, and I can see her all tatted up, nice body.
I don't
and
like it
boobs
because it's
and,
asymmetric.
stripper
Yeah.
type. So
She
yeah,
probably
you
has
know,
nipple rings
I
as
think
well, and
it's gonna
thing
depend on personality.
pierced.
You know, the chick.
You think she's
but
got
if
a
it's
few
just
bugs?
some chick that's got this, no, I'm not in.
That's a
But-
no-go for me.
Yeah, but if it's a chick that's like a rock star chick, and she's
yeah.
got, you know,
Tattoo
maybe
artist.
for the weekend.
Flavor's got
Fully,
all right.
fully tatted up.
fully
You
tatted,
know what I'm saying.
nosed up.
But just some chick that's wearing that thing, yeah, no, I'm out.
So she's got to have the extra.
Yeah, she's got to have hair like
gotta
that.
have extra.
She's got to have hair like
Something
that
like
shit.
this?
Yeah.
And
All
the
right.
gear, like, that
Yeah.
goes from
Maybe I should
here
get a
to
nose
here.
ring.
Like,
Yeah.
it goes from her nose to her nipples to her thing.
And it's
I'm
just
gonna
going
get.
to
I'm
be.
gonna get a
that's
little
too
bull
much
ring.
for me.
Oh, if that's too
Look,
much.
for one night, we could all agree. Anybody could tolerate anything for one night, but this is not like a long-term nose ring relationship that you want to have, correct?
Okay, how's everybody feeling?
I'm feeling like we should
feel
podcast
tired.
and
I feel
then not podcast.
Cast us.
Let's podcast right now. Hello, world and the internet people. My name is Bryce Brizzle McKnight. This is I'll Ask the Questions. Hang around, watch the show, have laughs, meet our friends and experts. This is the show that I deem will be the first show to make contact with life from another planet or elsewhere. That's my prediction.
I like it.
That's
You,
why the way.
you heard it here first, so stick around to find out why. Let's go around the room and meet who our experts are this week. You never know who the panel's going to be. On the who question to
Ever
my
rotating.
left is Scott Lee, MD Michaels. What's up, Scott?
Everything's going great. It's another beautiful day here in beautiful St. Augustine.
Yes, downtown St.
And we're going to be
Augustine.
hanging out, making fun of these idiots.
Okay, thank you for that. Scott, next to you is Justin Red Dog McKnight, rocking the vintage, or I guess retro, should I say, Zach Thomas jersey. Number 54 is my favorite middle linebacker of all time. So
He's excellent.
10 points to you right off the frickin' bat, brother. Across from you is a ghost.
There's no one.
Nobody. Or maybe some evil spirit or new spirit, or our conduit to which we talk to extraterrestrial life elsewhere. I
like that.
Perhaps.
Absolutely.
Next to that is Kevin Seadog Wilcox. What question you got this weekend or this week, Kevin? It is the weekend.
Got a couple of them. Got a couple.
You got
good
a
ones.
couple. We're gonna knock
Has
out a
to
double.
Keep on the sports theme.
All right, cool. And next to you, we have everybody's favorite, RMFJ. What's up, Roger Motherfucker Jones? How you doing?
You guys seem awful motivated today. I don't think I.
We're going to help you out, Raj.
All right, okay,
We're going to bring
good.
you on.
Hopefully that alien will come down and maybe
Tickle your
Raj,
somewhere.
look at me. Look
Tickle
at me.
your brain.
Oh God, don't do
It's
that.
gonna
I'm
go.
nauseated
It's
now.
gonna
Oh
go.
God.
See, this is why you want to stick around.
Gives me a slight stomach ache.
Just Red Dog alone with the yellow hair. I like this. So, all right, let's move into
It's
beefs.
gonna be a long show.
What's our beef? Beef round. Here we
like
go.
beef.
My beef is that people have this thought that electric cars are somehow going to replace gas-powered cars completely, and there will be no more gas-powered cars. This is absolute horseshit. I'm here to say it, and I'm sure these experts will agree. I don't want to speak for anybody. But yeah, electric cars replacing gas cars. First of all, just look at California. There's too many people probably living in California as it is. They have rolling blackouts all the frickin' time as it is, and only probably less than 1% of the cars are electric there. What happens if all the cars there are electric? How much energy do you need on top of what you're already using, necessitating the rolling blackouts? So I don't see it happening. I'm not an electric car fan, as you've probably guessed by now. I don't look at it as a car. I look at it as like an appliance, like a refrigerator or something. You know, they're not a car to me somehow. I get it. People like them. They're cool. They're fast as hell. They're really a brilliant idea. You know, I give Elon Musk and Tesla all the props for
I was going to say, is there more
what
than
he's
Tesla?
done. But it's just not me.
More than just Tesla?
I need gas.
Yeah, I don't
need
think
shit exploding.
I don't think they have it figured out yet.
No, I'm not saying it's not possible somewhere down the road where they come up with like cold fusion or something to
there's
free
another
energy or whatever. But
Biggie here. When you have the rare earth elements and the other things that it takes to make these batteries,
that's true.
You have to dig it up with diesel powered,
and you got to ship it with diesel powered.
And guess what? The parts are petrol products anyway. They're
made out of plastic.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you very much, but no, thank you. Yeah. Not right now.
So that's my beef. Electric
What about
cars.
hydrogen?
Hydrogen power cars, I'm really excited about. There was
hydrogen.
I've fucking drawn a blank on the college that did it, but they came up with one that went like 300 miles an hour during a land speed record kind of thing out of like a fucking Mazda 6 or something. I don't know. But it's possible, but it scares a lot of people. And if we could figure out how to get that, like if we got, this is like a water planet, right?
All right.
Like if we could get the hydrogen out of the oxygen and,
you
know, and I'm pretty sure we can do that and just burn that. Like, oh man!
Have you ever seen
turns
anyone
my gears. I like
actually make water? I mean, we know the ingredients for it. It's fucking H2.
You just need H, a couple H's, and an O.
And why can't we make water?
Okay, thanks, Red Dog. Yeah. We'll get to that maybe down the road
someday.
Moving on, let's ask Scott Lee, MD Michaels, his beef. What's your beef, Scott?
Nose rings. Oh. Come on, nose ring. Not the like little one in the side. That annoys me slightly.
Not the stud?
No,
like
the
thing
ring. With the bull ring. I'm like, I can't stop looking at it. It's a good-looking girl.
Oh, and all you want to look
at
her nose.
all I want to do is look at that stupid ring and pull it and come over here.
Maybe that's the idea.
Could be.
Nobody wants to know.
Here.
You know, this is like from bulls. You could lead a bull around by its nose by that little ring.
Cattle,
So why would anybody? It's not attractive. Does anybody find that attractive here?
It depends on
I'm
what I'm doing
no.
to it.
I'm in the no camp. I don't
So
know.
if I'm getting, I mean, if I'm getting
the booth attractive,
if I'm getting
the nose
fellatio
ring,
at a high ratio,
yeah,
then I feel like, I mean, I'm not going to really care.
You don't care about it then. That's a whole nother.
Unless it gets caught on your pubes, and
that could be an issue.
That's a real concern.
Unless you're like
the
me,
pubic.
you keep it nice and.
So the nose ring, women. Okay, I don't know what African
Where that
tribe
came
you
from.
were looking at when you saw this.
Or like the
okay,
lip.
but no.
Who invented
Stop
the
it.
nose ring?
I can't,
No nose
I
rings,
can't
according to Scott
stop
Lee.
Looking at it.
I don't really like that little piercing either. But now I'm sitting here thinking about the chick that would have that kind of nose ring, and I can see her all tatted up, nice body.
I don't like it because it's asymmetric.
Stripper type. So
She probably has nipple rings
I
as
think
well,
it's gonna
and
depend on personality.
pierced.
You know, the chick.
You think she's
but
got
if
a
it's
few
just
bugs?
Some chick that's got this, no, I'm not in.
That's a no-go for me.
Yeah, but if it's a chick that's like a rock star chick, and she's got, you know,
tattoo
maybe
artist.
for the weekend.
Flavor's got
Fully,
all right.
fully tatted up.
Fully tatted,
what I'm saying.
nosed up.
But just some chick that's wearing that thing, yeah, no, I'm out.
So she's got to have the extra.
Yeah, she's got to have hair like
gotta
that.
have extra.
She's got to have hair like
Something
that
like
shit.
this.
Yeah.
And
All
the
right.
gear like that
Yeah.
goes from
Maybe I should
here
get a
to
nose
here.
ring.
Like
Yeah.
it goes from her nose to her nipples to her thing.
And
I'm
it's
gonna
just
get
gonna be.
I'm gonna get
that's
a little
too
bull
much
ring.
for me.
Oh, if that's too
Look,
much.
for one night, we could all agree. Anybody could tolerate anything for one night, but this is not like a long-term nose ring relationship that you want to have, correct?
Okay.
Nobody
That's what I'm
wants
saying.
that.
No,
Yeah.
she's like
You
a
have a
rock
good
star,
nose for a-
famous-y.
You look like you have
Tatiana
a good nose for
Shmulek from
a ring.
I
Ginger.
could ring it up.
Yeah, I think you rock it.
She could wear it.
Or
Check it
have
out.
you seen where they got the
Lead singer,
frickin'
Ginger.
the piercings in their face?
Smoking out.
Yeah.
All right.
Like in their
Have to
cheeks
show
and
it.
stuff?
All right, moving on. That's enough of the face
The
piercing.
nose ring.
Evidently got everybody
Portion.
excited.
That's good, Scott. Good beef.
Somewhat.
Thank you.
I like that.
Red Dog, can you beat that beef? You got a better one?
I do.
Well, let's hear it.
Overfilled water bottles.
Okay.
So when you open it, and it's like to the
Like that one.
Yeah, and once you open it, it's immediately getting all over you.
And also, the plastic is poor quality, and
Right.
you can't help but to squeeze it too hard while opening
Recycled
it,
too
and
many
it just
times.
Yeah.
And evidently, the plastic actually leaches into the water. It's not healthy for you. We should go back to
This is
glass.
Scott Lee is an actual doctor.
Especially if you leave it in your car, from what I understand. The heat, and the
Yes.
sun, and everything.
Yeah, that
it
cooks
makes it
it.
horrible.
So it's great.
wonder I have a cough for
You're
6
drinking some
weeks.
plastic now with your water.
You guys are saying that the plastic in my water bottle is not good for me?
Uh-oh.
Yes, that's exactly what we're saying.
What kind of plastic?
Stop
is it?
drinking
Piva?
water altogether. Water's not good for you
PEVA.
now.
Water's good. The plastic, not so good.
I don't. I
just have to sit
every
outside
water
with your
bottle in
mouth
the world
open.
is made of
Good
plastic,
beef.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
And a lot of people are going bald.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Intentional
Are you
base.
done with your beef? or-
Yeah, I'd like to touch base
Okay.
a little bit on the first beef, yours. And did you see?
you wanna go back? Okay.
Just for a brief second,
All right.
did you see where they started making coffee grounds into diesel fuel in
No.
Australia? Yeah.
I did not see that.
That's
Okay.
electric cars.
Good point. Well, maybe we'll look that up or something.
Fact check me.
All right. What's the beef of the ghost,
I
Kevin?
believe-
Do you know? What's the ghost pissed off about?
He's too see-through. He's too transparent.
People, we can't see him.
Yeah.
We can't hear him. Can't
Yeah,
see him.
can't,
He wants
yeah.
to be heard.
But he's out.
Tough shit, buddy.
Yeah.
Get a body.
He's
Get a
out.
life. Kevin, what's your
He's
beef?
out. Political ads.
Yeah,
You know, it's
Pisses me off too.
It's getting to be this
It's
season,
such horseshit, and everybody knows it's horseshit. It's in your face, and we have to put through it. Anyways.
and we've got a big
Brought to you by-
political matchup coming at the end of the year, so it's only going to get worse.
Yep.
But I've already got them stepping up on my phone. Mayors and
We have to do
politicians
this.
from
I
other
have to fight for you.
states asking
Send me
for
money. Yep.
Well, now
Ridiculous.
it's become
I'm done
like
with it.
hate.
Sick and tired of it.
See,
And
dog,
it's just gonna
hate
get
And not
jealous.
only that, they do a shit job when they're in there. No matter what they
Right.
say,
Correct.
who you like. Oh, I like this guy. He's done this, that, and the other, and you vote for him. He gets in. He's completely different.
I'm just curious if a political ad or a debate has actually ever changed anybody's mind.
That's a
I
good,
don't think they
good
have.
question. Let's take a note of that, Kevin.
All they
I'm giving
do
you
is
20,
bash each
20
other.
points for mentioning that.
Well, thank you.
All
But
they do
that's
is bash
that's
each
the
other.
worst thing about the ads. Is they're not going to come up and talk about how great they
No.
are. They're just going to talk about how bad the other person
Just
is.
as a
Nobody wants
sidebar
hear
to
that.
this,
Yeah.
which I saw in political
Tired of
news
it.
recently. So in Massachusetts and New York City, they're asking people to take illegal immigrants into their home if they have an extra room. That kind of pissed me off. That was
think-
kind of a beef.
Kind
but
of
it's
aiding and
kinda-
abetting human trafficking on behalf of the government,
And
isn't
like,
it?
what about the
there's-
liability? Are they going to compensate me?
Was
What
it-
if they take over my house and they don't want to leave?
Was it Massachusetts that just built a bunch of condos for illegals,
Mm-hmm.
but not for veterans? Something like that.
Yeah, you see where the priorities are. This is not a political show,
No,
but
it
I've
is
noted
not.
your beef.
Trying
But
to
you
keep
don't
it
have
off.
to be political to note that political ads piss you off.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't need to go too much deeper than that. We'll keep it apolitical.
Right.
But yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
Otherwise
fuck,
we'll need a
fuck 'em.
shovel.
We
Fuck
go
those
very,
ads.
very far to try and keep it not political, but
we can
just
definitely
the
make-
ads are just going to get nuts.
We need a
I mean,
shovel
It's going to
to
get crazy.
shovel
Then you're
out
going to
the
find
vehicle.
all the signs that are going to stick on the road, and I mean,
Right.
it's just ridiculous.
Right.
And
So-
since when do we have presidents that aren't actually running that aren't actually American?
Yeah,
Like
America.
fully American.
Pro America.
Who are you talking about?
There's like some Rosh Bash Osh Gosh Bagosh Indian dude. I like him.
You mean
I like
Vivek
him.
Ramaswamy?
I
Yeah,
like
that's-
Vivek.
he's
He's
an
American, dude. You should get a dictionary and find out what American.
I think that
I
guy's,
know, but you know what I mean.
I think that guy's really short.
Oh,
I think he is
man.
too.
I like
don't,
him.
I don't give a shit what you look
No
like, where
politics,
you
no
come
religion.
from.
No
Right.
politics, no
We're
religion.
moving on.
Yeah, we got to move
Right.
in a
I
different
like him. I was
direction,
just
and that
kidding.
sounds
I do
a
like
little
him.
bit
I
of.
like Rush.
I was just saying the ads.
Raj, what's
So,
your beef?
You know, now
said-
that Kevin brings that up, I do have
I
it.
knew you would
Yeah.
come out with a beef. This is the clutch
But I'm
expert.
kind of playing off the ad thing. It's the pharmaceutical ads.
Okay, just as bad.
I mean,
if not worse.
How many people out there have rosacea? I mean, who are these people marketing
You know
to,
what I hate
you
is
know?
the fucking names they come in.
I know, but
Satiktu.
Yeah,
That's not a fucking word.
well, no, wait.
You just
wait.
threw some letters together.
Right?
Yeah.
But there's HIV commercials. There's
Oh,
all
everything.
the diabetic commercials, rosacea.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who are these people marketing? Are you going to go to your doctor and go, hey, you know what? I saw a commercial.
one
They create a
sick
person. Can I
disease
get
that
some-
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, we got a cure for it, too.
I heard Elon Musk
Do
say
your
that.
eyeballs itch at night?
That's right.
I got this pill for you.
Right.
Do you laugh uncontrollably?
Yeah.
Not at this show.
So
Not uncontrollable.
there's only 2 countries in the world that allow
that's the question, by the way.
pharmaceutical advertising.
Yes.
Yes.
America and New Zealand?
Couldn't tell you.
I think it's America and New Zealand.
Yeah, I
that
know
allows it.
There's only 2.
Yeah.
I know the U.S. is one, and I don't know.
Maybe
where.
somebody will fact check
I think
that
that's everybody's beef.
Wow.
in the future.
We're taking this pill and having fun.
No, but really,
But then you get 50 side effects.
who are they
from it.
marketing to?
I don't know.
Anybody that will buy. Whoever will give them money. That's who
Bingo.
they're marketing to. Bingo.
And
Bingo.
You got to be sick to
Bungo.
get it. The doc's not just going to say, okay, you can't hear. Here's some
Yeah, but they'll
glasses.
advertise to you, so you'll go to your doctor and say, "Hey, you got any of that Satiq my eyeballs itch at night, and I need a pill."
Addictive.
And so, whatever the fuck they call it. I don't know. I don't even know what it's for, but that's what it's called.
Sucking dick makes you deaf. What?
suck-
Yeah.
Dick
See how it's subliminal shit. It's like
What I'd like to
dicks.
hear is you go to your doctor saying something's wrong, and they're like, I just saw this commercial last night. Let me write your prescription for that.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if it's going to work, but here.
Exactly.
And then it gives you 15 other side effects or whatever ailments that you
Yeah.
have to take more medicine for. It's a
Medicine
loophole.
for your medicine.
Yeah. Oh, you see how it works? And those are all petrochemical compounds.
Yes.
All right, moving on.
Right.
Our questions come from Man on the Street round this week. Every week they come from Man on the Street now. That's what we do. Or woman, or women, or men and women. Everybody's invited. So our first question is who? Hello, I'm Bryce Brizzle McKnight with IATQ, man and woman on the street this time. I am at the Felt Up Hat Bar in St. Augustine, Florida with owner-proprietor
Shuana Griffin.
Shuana Griffin, who has delightfully agreed to answer 5 of our ridiculous questions this week. The first question, I always start who, what, where, when, and how. So my first question is, who would you be if you could be any rock star? Cher, Madonna.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's a good answer. I mean, he was the king of pop after all. He could dance, had great... I loved Michael Jackson as a kid, as a matter of fact. Yeah, good answer. I'll take it. Okay, I'll take it. That question's going to go to Scott Lee, MD Michaels. Scott, your question was, who would you be if you could be any rock star?
So I had to give this a lot of thought because there's so many
I kind of wish Roger
outstanding
got this question.
musicians. And I was like, who's still alive? Because if they're dead,
Longevity,
like, you know, so longevity was kind of, and then I went, who's good and alive? And that really narrowed the list down tremendously. Because great and dead, lots of great and dead. So I'm going with Jimmy Page, still alive.
Good
and
answer.
Awesome guitar player.
Yep.
And he he played Stairway to Heaven, but he hasn't taken the staircase yet.
No, and
So-
he probably won't because he's a Luciferian. So
Right.
Ooh, I didn't know
You-
that.
yeah,
That's-
you won't
that's
have
adding
to
a little
He
bit.
bought who was it?
Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, he bought Aleister Crowley's home and allegedly, performed the Akman Ra or whatever fucking ritual that you're supposed to become
Loch
like
Ness
master
Lake.
of demons or something. And they
Yeah.
even the evil people who wrote this shit are like, do not
right.
fucking try this.
No, don't
and
do this at
evidently
home.
he did it and failed, or I don't know, but
I think
Well, I
he
was
married
thinking-
so I don't
Keith
think he has a
Richards,
soul anymore.
Yeah, I
What
don't
about
know.
Keith Richards? But we knew he doesn't have a soul, so I couldn't
True.
pick him. 'Cause
But he'll never die.
he'll
live
never die.
forever.
That's true. I'm like, Keith Richards, dead or alive? Alive still. Amazing.
Tyler.
So I was
Amazing.
thinking of
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler.
Little
Who
fruit
wouldn't want to be like him, man?
I don't know. I like Steven Tyler, but
I think you
do
like
like
Jimmy
Steven Tyler.
Page's
but I wanted some guitar player.
Yeah, being a guitar player,
Yeah.
I'll take that pick too.
Yeah.
I'm giving you 20 points.
Yeah, I've got about 6 people running through my head right now. Paul McCartney would be great.
Sure. He's another great. Yeah, a lot great.
that would have been a
Or
big
for what
choice.
they've seen.
Did you see that
Sir
thing? I was
Paul.
telling you about this, that some after party somewhere, and
yeah,
the
they did
doorman wouldn't let Paul McCartney in. He's some young kid, and he's like, sorry, sir, this is for celebrities.
Didn't know who he was.
And he's like, I'm fucking Sir Paul McCartney from the Beatles, his little band.
Never
I
heard
don't
of
know, sir.
Never heard of him.
He was a good sport about it. Moving on. What question goes to Red Dog? Justin Red Dog McKnight. Next question is, what is your hidden talent? I know what that is, being in this store.
Oh God, yeah. I feel like I can kind of just see something and do it.
Okay.
Talent more than a mindset, but
Well, I've just met you, and walking around your store, I'd say making hats is a talent. It's very creative. You got some fascinating hats in here, so check out this store again. What is your hidden talent?
That wasn't my question.
It should have been.
Didn't we already
You
have
never
him
gave
at-
me
And it
those.
was like he was like a fart twillaquist or something. If
What's
you
your
look at
question?
Episode 1.
My question
Thank
was,
you, Roger.
where does the Mothman hang out?
Then you're in the wrong fucking seat.
Well, we had to move me over here because of the logistics.
Right. Okay, so
But I can do both.
No. Open question. What's your
go
hidden
with the
talent,
question.
Scott? What's your hidden talent?
My hidden talent is I'm a badass guitar player.
Sweet.
Oh, really?
Nice. Yeah.
Justin Red Dog McKnight, what's your hidden talent? Nothing. Kevin, what's your hidden talent?
I'm a
I
fartriloquist.
can sit quietly and watch a lot of TV, I guess.
That's okay. Hard to do.
That's
Roger,
everyone's
hidden
hidden
talent.
talent.
I'm
Right?
quite the
That's
cunning
why I don't have
linguist.
one.
Oh, Roger's the cunning linguist. Ah, la, 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 la,
Accounting?
la.
Roger, now hold on. Let's prove this, Roger.
No,
Can you
let's
touch
not.
your
I don't
tongue
wanna
to your
see
nose?
that.
Not at this table.
I don't want to see that
Can
shit.
you touch your tongue, your
Call
nose
Renee.
ring?
Somebody
Can you
call
lick your-
Renee.
Can
Can
you
you
lick your elbow?
touch your nose?
Can you
ring?
lick your
We're
elbow?
going to get Renee right up here in this chair.
Wait, let me give her a call.
This is for
Great.
Dexter.
I just thought of a story, and I needed one.
there you go.
Excellent.
Yes. I love how
Most
Cunnilingus and Renee
excellent.
stirred up a story.
Got
There
it.
you go.
Okay.
See what
I was
kind of
sweating
lingus
that this
does for
morning.
people.
So that's what? That's the what
Sorry,
question.
I knew I did a lot of
All right.
research, dude. I was like, wait a
Where?
minute.
Red Dog. And I wish you'd learn this show and sit in the right fucking chair. You're going to go back to putting puzzles together because Josh and Polly missed that shit, by the way.
I know.
And so
I
that's
know,
the
on
whole,
the screen,
I
that
think
was-
everybody misses it.
Yeah.
And
I
I
was
think he doesn't want to do it
moved.
because he knows he'll be punished and he doesn't like his chest being waxed.
Yeah, I didn't care for
My
that. But,
hair's
but the
finally
whole
In
back.
this episode
back.
here.
My hair's
Nice.
finally back.
Anyway,
All right. Good
It
job.
is.
It just finally grew back.
It's
Answer
there.
your fucking question.
Okay.
Where does the Mothman hang?
The Mothman hangs out in. Ready for this? Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Okay.
That is where the urban legend.
The Metropolis.
So it's actually an urban legend. It's a mythical creature. It's a red, beady-eyed creature.
What's the moonshine like there?
I have not had it.
Okay.
Bird-like. They compare it to like a sandhill crane kind of thing. He's got
Kinda
these
spindly,
big,
but
huge
tall, long,
wings. So
lanky.
that
which are delicious.
yeah, they are ribeye in the sky.
Which we've talked about here.
So, to go a little further, it is an urban legend. The urban legend came out of sightings of out-of-migration birds. So, during migration season, these birds would basically,
Have a migration pattern.
they would get out of their pattern, and then they would see these sandhill crane herons or whatever they were at a certain time of year, and they felt
and they
it
shouldn't
was-
have been there.
And they were like, "Wait, what is that?" And then, of course, it had red eye, beady eyes, da 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 da, because of cameras, yada yada yada. There's actually a book that was written in 1975 called "The Mothman Prophecies."
Oh.
that is actually about.
Isn't there a movie
Mothman.
about that?
There is. There's a film starring Richard Gere
Yeah.
that was made in 2002. That's also the Mothman Prophecies. It was
Okay.
a-
I can see how this applies to him because he's kind of a lost bird out of migration pattern.
yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
So there's an
observation.
annual festival in Point Pleasant, West
For the
Virginia.
Mothman?
For the Mothman.
Every year?
Every year they do an annual.
When was the
big-
first sighting? Did you run into that?
the first sighting? I did not see the actual, but it was kind of around that 19.
Same era.
Yeah, when the book came about and da da
Okay.
da da.
How do you like that?
You never heard of the Mothman? Raj?
I got distracted and lost about 2
I was
minutes.
thinking
You're
about,
thinking of the Cunnilingus and Renee right now. That'll do
And the
that,
nose
man.
ring.
That's just dangerous.
I
Watch
was
out,
thinking
Roger.
about the Muffin Man for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, they hang out together.
Muffin Man and the Mothman? They're doing the hinky
They're
dinky?
doing the muffin dance.
The muffin dance.
Whatever.
Hear
that
that, Frick? That
Yeah, wrap it up, dude.
I don't like.
You've
I'm
lost
done.
another 10. All right, moving on.
We've lost the one viewer we.
Yeah, he was hanging on.
Put him to
How
sleep.
long have we made it now? And that guy's gone.
Nice.
So it's
Screw
just
it
us.
up.
Mary, hang in there.
Just
It'll
us,
get better,
guys.
Mary.
Yeah, stay with us, Mary. You'll see. The next question is the when question, and that question goes to Kevin C. Wilcox. Your next question is when will the Atlanta Braves win their next World Series? Kind of all over the place.
More times.
So it's 3 more seasons. The Atlanta Braves are going to win. You heard it here first at Felt Up Hat Bar. Sorry, that's a clever name. I should remember that. Kevin, when will the Atlanta Braves win the next World Series? Let us know.
This is so I had to defer to a couple other experts for this.
And okay,
throwing this out to Brad OG Keepers because he's a huge Braves fan.
yes,
And one of our coworkers, Holly. I want to give
And
a shout out
also-
to Holly.
very good.
Huge Braves fan.
And Austin the Giant Lewis, I
And
believe.
Austin, yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course, everybody says the same thing about their own teams. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to win it this year. Well, there's a lot of facts based on maybe how
Sure.
well the Braves will do this year. For instance, Last year, they were the most winningest team with 104 wins. They had one of the most prolific amount of wins in a row, but they just hit their slump, and every team does it because they're playing, 180 games a year? They just happen to hit their slump at the wrong time this year against the same team that hit them the year before, which was the Phillies. So they went out both at the same times right at the beginning of the playoffs.
Wow.
But, according to Holly,
Okay.
she says that as long as they stay healthy
All right.
and can maintain a healthy pitching staff, that's what's going to do it for them.
Where are
closers.
Where are we in the season this far? I'm not a baseball fan, as I'd mentioned. I am a
haven't
baseball
started.
fan, but I hadn't watched in a while.
Hasn't started.
Hasn't started. So,
Spring.
okay.
No.
Spring training.
How did they do
yeah.
last season?
Again, they out in the first round
Out
of
in
the
the first
playoffs,
round was the last season. Okay.
being the team with the most wins, which was really interesting. And according to Brad, as long as they can get past the Dodgers, who's in the same league as them, that keeps throwing them down, and they stay healthy, that they should win it this year.
Did they have a lot
This
of people
year.
injured last year?
Not really.
No?
It's not like it's a contact sport.
Okay.
I mean, so they don't.
True.
They, but you
Unless
got
you get
guys
hit
that
by
are
the
throwing,
baseball in the forehead, that would make it a
or
contact sport.
I mean,
Yes, which I have been.
These, yeah,
That's why this nose is broken.
these
nose.
pitchers that can throw 100
Seen
miles
it.
an hour, they're going to lose their rotator cuff at any point, or
Yeah, I don't know how they-
something's
Yeah,
gonna
Johnny
guys in
Johns,
the
Timmy
100
Johns.
Yeah.
Timmy
But,
Johns surgery.
throwing smoke nowadays. I don't know how the hell
Jimmy
that
Johns
The
surgery.
MLB power rankings came out, and the Braves are ranked as
And
number
they get
one.
the sandwiches to you pretty quick.
So
How
And
do
they
they
do
do
what?
that? They just
I-
returning players.
I think because
stats.
based on their last year's performance, the players that they were able to pick up, and some of the health issues that they
You
can
don't think
figure
it's
out
a-
what this.
I'll give up my rotator cuff
I would
for
think that.
$100 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You'll donate it?
That's whatever. You do as you will.
Okay.
So shout out to Brad,
Thank you.
Holly, and the Giants.
year.
Thanks for watching.
This year
This
is going to
year.
be their year.
The Braves, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Atlanta Braves are going to win this year's World Series.
Yes.
Okay. Nicely done, Kevin. Thank you very much. Thank you. And the final question of question round goes to RMFJ, and that is how. All right. Your next question is, how would you catch the Loch Ness Monster? What is a good technique for catching the Loch Ness Monster?
Raw meat.
Raw meat, like salmon meat or fish meat or something like that? All right, well, I will take it. And that is all of my questions. So I thank you so much for this. And this is a wonderful store. Check out Felt Up Hat Bar in St. Augustine.
Yep. St. George.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Roger,
Yeah, go ahead.
Roger, how would you catch the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, that's right.
I wanted that question. So
Too bad.
Really?
Luck of the draw.
I'm Scottish, dude.
You
Scotch
can't
Irish,
catch it. It doesn't exist, so there's no reason.
Do you
to even
think
try.
somebody would have caught it by now if it was
Oh
real?
yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
It's
I
been out
guess
there a while?
if it existed, you would fish for it.
Okay.
You know,
What's your bait?
I don't know.
I'm
I
going to
say,
weigh in on this.
Red
That's a
Dog.
good question. What's
Red
the best?
Dog?
Sheep.
Red Dog.
You say, Justin, we're going to go to Scotland
And
and
you throw
Loch
him out
Ness,
there.
and we're going to find him.
I
and
catch
you
that
just
son of a bitch.
you just tie a rope around his waist
Yep,
and
I catch
push him over. And
Lasso him, huh?
Yep. I'd wrestle him like
Isn't-
a gator.
Isn't Loch Ness like hundreds of feet deep though? I mean,
Yes.
it's not just a little lake.
And it's freezing cold
Yeah.
too, and dark.
yeah.
Yeah, and Jimmy Page lives on the bank.
There
In
we go.
Aleister Crowley's
At Aleister
old.
Crowley's house?
Yes.
There we go.
How do you like that?
I would
They
like
probably
to weigh in.
summoned the
And
Loch
the
Ness
circle-
monster.
Possible.
Yeah.
May
Yes.
I weigh in?
I'll ask the questions. You may weigh in.
I believe that he is a mythical creature as well.
I
and
thought
I
it was
think
a her.
her,
Oh,
Nessie.
Nessie.
Well, nowadays, it can Nessie
All
can
right,
be
it's
a
a
boy.
they. It's a they
It can
them.
be a them.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, I think that it is a mythical creature, and I think
It's
the
got
best
this huge
method.
nose ring.
No, so the best method,
And
because it's a
tattoos.
That's how you
mythical
catch it.
creature, is actually leprechaun sperm. Yeah, you use leprechaun sperm.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
You see, Roger?
That's okay. He's your brother, not mine.
I know.
That's a half brother,
There's,
right?
there's going to be a little problem with that. Leprechauns are more indigenous in Ireland,
Right.
Scotland.
Well,
doesn't have
they got
leprechauns.
together.
It's kind of far away.
But they got together during
They
this-
met in Wales,
in Wales.
and they got drunk in a pub,
Yep.
Well,
and-
that's possible. That anything's
and-
possible.
and Loch Ness
Leprechaun.
developed a taste for.
Leprechaun sperm.
Well done. So, moving on to our story round. Fernando likes it.
Leprechaun sperm.
Stories. My story this week is going to take place in Peru. This is when I bought an artifact from a shady back alley souvenir dealer. So you go to these markets,
Peruvian carny.
bazaar or whatever. Yeah, they have like little chess boards made out of shit that they carved, and you see the guy sitting there hand carving it and stuff. So we asked our guide. I was like, we want to get some authentic, shit, like some Mayan shit. And he's like, all right, well, let's go see this guy. He sells artifacts.
Tusks.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so we go down this alley, this market, we go down another alley. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I am. We're probably going to get lost if I lose the fucking guide.
Rolled.
So we meet this guy, and this is what I'm thinking. We're going to get fucking rolled or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we go into his little unit, and he's got all these, like, elephant tusk looking things and fucking ivory shit and dusty, real old, handmade artifacts. And he pulls out this thing. And then he goes, this is what the Mayans the Incans used to use when they used to do trephination in people's skull. They would deglove their head with this thing, and it looked like a little alien sitting like this, and the bottom is this U thing.
I'm
Should have
not
brought it.
leaving
I will
kids
send
like it.
pictures, put it in the loops.
Yeah.
And but the best part is he said it's made out of a meteor. They carved it out of a fucking meteor.
Nice.
So
or
did you buy this?
meteorite. So I bought it. I own it. I should have fucking
bought
bought
it. I own it.
It's in storage, but I'll dig it out and I'll take pictures. I'll bring
Yeah.
it maybe next.
Definitely
it
need a
real?
picture.
Yeah, it's real. It's magnetic. It's not magnetic, but a magnet will stick to it.
It's ferrous.
And it's ferrous, yes.
So, how old is it?
Probably millions of years old. If it's a
Inca, you
meteorite. Yeah.
Inca, you said?
Slightly
It's from Incan.
older.
So at least 400. It was
Yeah. So
it was fashioned to do what it was to do, and the guy told us it was to they deglove the skin and then put a hole in your head.
Well, there's a
or
big
whatever.
market for South American antiquities.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's legal or whatnot, but I own it. Allegedly, this is just a story. It's just a story for entertainment purposes.
Right.
So chill out. All right. Anyways,
But does it work? Will it take somebody's head off?
I haven't tried it yet. Kevin has.
I haven't seen it yet.
Allegedly.
You use it for circumcisions also.
That's right.
Oh,
Scott Lee, MD, what's your story?
So mine is, we're going to call this story the drummer incident. So as I described my secret talent, I had a group of people over, and actually the producer of this show was over my house, and we did a jam session. So I had all these great musicians. I had a guy that played with Jimi Hendrix,
Really?
and he came over, and he was the drummer. And he's this is 20 years ago. He was in his 60s, and he's probably dead by now. But anyway, evidently had a problem with some poisons, like little drugs and things. So
Naturally,
we're all
he's a
hanging
drummer.
out, and I had this cute little beagle dog, and he let the dog out, and the dog runs off all the time. It comes back, but it ran off, but he got really freaked out. And I don't know what he took before he got to the show
Okay.
where all these musicians, my friend Fred and Campbell, we had Fernando playing the sax, I was playing guitar and
DMT.
bass, and we had this guy, the drummer, we call him Drummer Joe.
Drummer Joe.
And he's an older guy, and he got great stories about Hendrix and things, and so it was pretty cool. I'm like, wow, this is such a cool thing. I'm getting to play with somebody that played with Hendrix. Wow.
That's cool, yeah.
So we're playing, and we're getting our groove on, and we got some great musicians there. I had Bob Husami, who's a local player, played with Santana. We had, great musicians there. And all of a sudden, the guys, we had some beverages there, of course, adult beverages for the guys. But all of a sudden, I'm part of the bottom because I think I was playing bass on the song, and the drums just drops out. And the guy's sitting there half asleep. And evidently he felt bad about letting the dog out. He goes, I saw the soul of your dog in my eyes, and now I'm worried he's gone. He started drinking, and I don't know what drugs he was taking.
DMT.
And it just all
So-
kicked in at once.
Dirty
Yeah,
mother
and it all
truckers.
kicks out,
Shut
and
him
then you hear, bing, bang, boom, bash, and the guy falls through the drum kit.
nice.
Oh,
out
very,
into-
very Keith Moon.
And everything just stops. And we're looking at each other, what the hell is going on with this guy? So now we got a guy that's passed out in the middle of this session, and we barely could get out of him where he lives. And me and my friend Fred, we were like, what are we going to do with him? We'll just take him home. We'll take him to his house.
Dump him on his porch and drive away.
front
That's
yard.
that's what we were thinking.
We've all done it.
Right, we were thinking that, but this is what we did. Well, we'll lean him against the door. We'll ring the bell.
I was tired.
Somebody open.
But we're 12 years old. But the bottom line, that didn't happen. We get to the door, and his wife, who's in her 30s, 30 years younger than them, answers the door, and they have a little 5-year-old kid, and they go, oh, again? And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Yeah, he does this every once in a while. I'm like, oh, that's great. So we didn't actually have to just press the door and run away, which was our original plan. So I'm like, oh gosh. So that's my story for the day.
Cool.
Rockstar drummer story.
Rockstar
He must
Write
have
it
been on
down.
DMT.
What,
Dirty
was
Mother
he
Trucker.
Dirty
part of the
Trucker.
experience, or he just played with Hendrix?
No,
Ask
he
questions.
just.
Was it Noel Redding?
Can I answer that? No, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
go
It was not Noel Redding.
Exactly.
It was a guy that he had a band, and Hendrix would come in
He was
and
a
hang
session
out.
drummer kind of.
Yeah, and
Keith
he'd come
Moon-esque.
in and he'd
Hide
play
your
with
gun
him.
kinda guy.
And he said Hendrix wasn't that good at the time. I'm like, really? He goes, well, he had good nights, and he had nights that he wasn't that good, like we all do. Sometimes you get it all
absolutely.
together, but it was interesting playing with him, even though he was drunk, and he smashed all the drums and fell out drunk,
That's cool.
or
Absolutely
stoned,
cool.
or drugged. I don't know what he was. All three.
Red Dog, what's your story?
My story is when I got my Land Rover stuck. I had a Freelander.
I remember this.
Yeah, me and my brother had a Freelander. We had matching ones. Well, not matching. They were.
One was red, one was
Singer.
green.
Very
Yep.
cute.
His
It
had,
was cute.
Thanks, man. His had a package, like a little amped up tow package type of thing on it. It had all the beefed up gear on it. Mine was a base model. And I got the bright idea to drink a 6-pack of Budweiser and take this car with my buddy off-roading over in the shores. There's a
Like
road
under the
you
power
could take.
lines way down.
Yeah, you
South
can just
US
take
one.
it and just go down a side road and just go out.
This will not end well.
So
Very good observation, expert.
yes, so we decided to go into the into the back of the woods here, and we're gonna go mudding and all this. And I go and we get through a deep hole. Like I gun it through this hole.
They were excellent off road, by the way.
Oh,
they were fantastic. The Freelanders,
fantastic.
yeah, the entry level Land Rover, yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
And that's what she
off-road.
said.
So I
Yeah,
gun it through the mud, get it through, go back in the back, do a bunch of mudding through there, get it all going, and we decide to come back the way we come in. Well, I don't know much about mudding at the time, and
Except it's wet.
except for it's wet and
muddy.
It's easy to
muddy.
get stuck in.
Yeah.
Well, I go back through the same hole that I come through originally, and as I do this, I'm like almost through it. I get up on the edge of this like mound, and I'm almost through it, and all of a sudden,
It just slides away.
back into the same, I guess, rut.
So I get a call. It's like, hey, I got the car stuck. Can you come get me out?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? No, dude, I'm fucking busy. And he's like, come on, man, I've been here. I was like, all right, it's going to be a while. And so eventually I get there. It looked like somebody had took his fucking car and just like dropped it out of the sky into a puddle of water. I mean, this thing was fucking augured in like this.
Yeah.
Nose deep.
Nose
yeah.
deep,
Oh.
and like the back wheels sticking up in the air, and the front wheels are spinning, the back one's
Yeah.
spinning. He's not going anywhere. So eventually, I hooked
Best
up my
part
tow
about it-
rope and jerked him
Got
right
it
out.
Best part
Yep.
about it, jerks me right out, starts right up.
Yeah, it was rugged, that little thing. Those
You
things
guys
are
had
cool.
like plugs in the bottom. You could pull the plugs out, and all the like a Jeep, all the water would drain out the bottom of
Yeah.
it, and drove right
Freelander?
off. Freelander,
Freelander,
Land
yeah,
Rover.
they were
Never
cool
heard
as
of
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like their very first, like their smallest
Yeah.
off-road vehicle they made, at the time.
All's well that ends well, I guess.
I guess so.
We got him in Colorado.
In love and mudding.
Yeah.
Red Dog, what's the ghost story?
He was busy trying to catch the Loch Ness Monster with,
Really?
with leprechaun sperm, and he fell in, and the Loch Ness Monster ate him, and that's why he's not here. He's dead.
All right, so he's Loch Ness Monster farts.
Yep.
Okay. Kevin, what's your story?
My story is going to build off, well, not build off, but it's kind of going to go back to the last story I told in our last episode. So I told about Mike and I got into our buddy's car and threw the pole in there, broke
Yep.
the freaking windshield. I want to go back and revisit that and say
Let's
at
do it.
least we offered to pay for it. But I think Mark was just done with the car because it was a Volkswagen Bug
What did you break?
and the windshield.
You can see this in a
And,
previous episode.
Yeah, yeah, it was
don't
actually kind of
watch your
funny,
show.
but
I know you don't.
It what's interesting, I always thought bugs were just disposable as well. I mean, they made like 1 million of them, and Mark loved these things. So Mike and I and Mark, and this is in the days before cell phones, decide to go eat at a place in South Carolina. Mike and I had motorcycles. Mark had this different bug that he had.
He's a bug guy.
Yeah, he was a bug guy. Big old bodybuilder guy, loved the bugs. I guess
whatever.
just enough room in it for
They have
him.
a
He
cult
was
following,
comfortable.
yeah.
They have
do. They absolutely.
the eyelashes on the front.
No, these are the old 60s, 70s style bugs, the good ones.
The not- the-
Good-ish
the old school.
ones, anyway.
Yeah.
Herbie.
And so Mike and I made it to this restaurant, and this is again before cell phones, so we're just kind of hanging out. And again, Mark, his cars were questionable from the beginning, so I don't know why he kept buying them, but we could hear him coming down the street. We were eating at this place called Ryan Family Steakhouse. Right next door to it was an empty lot, and it was Christmas time, so the guy had this lot, and he was selling Christmas trees. So Mike and I are kind of parked at the front of the building, and we can hear Mark coming down the street because they make a very distinctive noise when they're driving. Yeah. And
Sound like your Carmen Ghia.
Yes,
yeah,
it was a
it's the
Volkswagen.
same
Same
kind of
thing.
thing. So he's coming down the road, and both Mike and I are thinking he's coming a little quick. I hope he's
coming
paying
hot.
attention and he doesn't go past us.
Oh,
And those
So
things
he
don't
hits
have brakes.
He hits the parking lot, rolls around through the back, and plows right down a row of Christmas trees right through this place.
Oh man.
And we're like, Mike and I are like, do we stay or do we leave?
Yeah.
So, but again, this is before cell phones, so it's not like you're going to call somebody and say, hey, so Mike and I stayed, and we had to help pull. He's like, man, I got no brakes. I was like, of course you don't. This is a Flintstones car.
Yeah.
Just put your feet down. But yeah, so that's my story. I was just
I
kind
had
of a funny thing.
I had
but-
a Carmen Ghia. I knew that because I was on
thing's
the
great.
highway doing probably 75, 80, close to its top end. I got the gas buried, and I go to like slow down, hit the brakes to get off, and I'm like,
You're like,
what's up? Fucking not slowing down.
Yeah.
And then I'm like trying to weave to miss cars and shit, and then finally it would slow down. So yeah, it just went all of a sudden on
They
the highway
had
ones.
one of the ones that we broke the windshield on was real weird because it was a standard, but it didn't have a clutch like you would push the pedal. You had to shove down on the gear shift. And
That's
it
how I
was
got
an
mine
art
into reverse.
form
Yeah.
to try and figure out how to drive this
Yeah.
thing.
Far
But
from
holy
Nugan.
cow.
Farfignugan.
But
Yeah.
fun fact. Well, not really a fun fact, but they were the brainchild of Adolf Hitler and Porsche.
Fernand Porsche. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good, Kevin.
The Farfignugan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Volkswagen.
Farfignugan came from Hitler. All right, moving on.
Got it in there.
Our final
That's what she said.
round
Oh, God.
is questions from the kitchen.
I didn't think we were doing that.
We are. Fuck it. We're going to do it.
Nah.
And these come
I'm
to us.
slightly hungry.
Nobody's watching anymore.
Fire- you're
Nobody
right.
watches
You're
this show at
exactly
this
right.
point,
That-
so
yeah.
nobody fucking
And
cares.
I'm a little hungry. Maybe we'll get something.
There we go. Sous Chef Jay would like to know, what is the English translation of creme brulee? Anybody? What does creme brulee mean in English?
Brûlée.
Isn't that
Burnt
burnt
cream.
cream.
Yeah.
Good job,
cream.
Bryce.
That was loud.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Sorry.
Whoa, yeah.
Who burned the cream?
Easy with the eardrum
Sorry.
abuse. The next question is from Sous Chef Jay. When was the last time you busted a nut? I did last night. I was eating pistachios.
Yeah, I did too. Pistachios. We
Last
had that.
I did
we had
last
that
night,
beef.
but
Yeah, this beef wasn't here.
I wasn't
Crazy.
eating
I had
any
peanuts.
nuts.
Kevin?
I had peanuts. It's crazy.
That's what she
Last
said.
night.
I did.
That's it.
I,
All right.
I looked up
Next
the
question. Yeah.
nutritional value of pistachios. Oh, they're fantastic.
That's
they're
why I
probably
like
good
them.
all kinds
They're
of good for
delicious,
you.
too.
Yeah.
It's one of the rare
Yeah.
things that's good for you
High
and
in
tastes
vitamin
good.
E.
Delicious.
They have vitamin E? I think they do. Fact check that.
I'll ask the questions and knock over this thing. The next question from Sous Chef Jay is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
Fruits.
It's a fruit.
Boom,
Sad
it's a fruit.
seeds.
Because it's whatever.
Bing, bang, boom.
The final question from Sous Chef Jay. Thank you for watching Sous Chef Jay and subscribing and liking. By the way, if you're
And
watching the
asking a
show
million
still,
questions.
we love you very much. Thanks so much. Why not hit the little like button every
And the
time you watch?
Yeah,
And subscribe.
The subscribe button.
Final question from Sous Chef Jay. What is the hardest part about eating a vegetable?
Getting it out of the wheelchair.
Getting it out of the wheelchair is the correct answer,
Right
Sous
on.
Chef Jay. But
One
okay.
to go with.
Yeah.
Excellent job, everybody. I'm going to take this time to again thank our viewers and subscribers and fans. Like, share, subscribe. And thanks to our esteemed panel of experts this week. Thank you very much, guys.
Yes, sir.
Producer, expert Fernando, sound engineer extraordinaire. Thank
Watch
you
the
very much,
Dolphins
sir.
tonight,
All of the
Saturday
above.
night.
Yeah, whatever.
Dolphins
Can or can't
playing
if you
Kansas
want.
Watch it on
City.
Peacock.
Good whenever, wherever you are. I'm Bryce Brizzle McKnight. Closing out.
Meow.
We're out.
All right.
Excellent. That was excellent catching up pods.
Yes.
Doing another one of these?
We're going to do another one.
Yeah.
Go right
We're
in.
gonna have a little break. break, you guys want to get some lunch or something,